What's up, YouTube? Don't forget to save, aka Sam, coming at you from the game room today. Sorry I haven't been on much. I've been dealing with stuff, that I have to do in real life, I guess, for lack of a better term. But to make up for it, guys, I've got a good story for you today. So if you guys like my videos, drop me a like, leave me a comment, let me know your thoughts, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. So today I'm going to take you guys back to before when I was a kid, basically. And I'm going to tell you guys the story about the Flats and about Jim Bob and Bill. It's a very, very fascinating story. So with all that said, guys, we're going to jump right into it. So like I was saying, when I was a kid, I was living with my dad. I was probably about 7 or 8 years old, something like that. And we was living in these apartments called the Flats, right? Now, these apartments were about the size of my game room here, which isn't much, plus like a single bathroom, which was way smaller than the bathroom I've got here. So just to give you guys some context to the situation there. So anyway, we had these next door neighbors. And the one guy called himself Jim Bob. Now again, I was like just a kid. I already knew the name Jim Bob was bullshit. Like, I already knew. I was like, dude, don't even try it. Like, even as a kid, I knew like it was bullshit, right? So this is important later on down the road in the story, but Jim Bob and Bill were a couple characters, and like I remember one time they had this old pickup truck, and they were trying to pull the engine out of this truck, and it was a big deal, and they were like drinking and stuff. You got to get drunk if you're taking an engine out of a truck, right, guys? I mean, it helps the process along. So anyway, yeah, like I said, they were a couple characters, and I remember like. Like back then, like, man, money was tough. So like I'd end up like going hungry a lot. So like I remember going, they invited me over for supper one night, and I was like, cool, never go. First rule I have since then, if Jim Bob offers you over for supper, please decline. But I did eat some squirrel over there. It was okay. The meat's a bit rich for me. My stomach doesn't do rich foods very well. That includes chocolates and stuff like that. But anyway, I mean, it wasn't too bad, but like, again, like I didn't expect much, you know what I mean? So anyway, I'll tell you how the Jim Bob and Bill thing ended. The last thing I can remember of the pair, I guess you'd call them. So I remember for some reason, I can't remember whether like Jim Bob got drunk or something happened, and somehow the cops ended up showing up. So the cops showed up, and I remember the cop like asking dude his name, and he's like Jim Bob, and I wish man, like, this is before the internet, before everybody carried a camera in their pocket or whatever. I wish I would have had a camera in my pocket that day, because I would have taken a picture of the look on that cop's face when he asked him what his name was, and he told him Jim Bob. They detained him. He ended up having outstanding warrants, and so yeah, they ended up detaining him. It was a long story short there. So yep, Jim Bob and Bill, guys. I remember those two guys. If you guys want to hear more Centerville stories, I've got more of them. And I'm going to tell a few of them as we go along. So if you guys like my video, drop me a like, comment, subscribe if you haven't. Until next video, guys, love your hobby and love you back. Peace.